But with this, let's move on. Before hitting the break, we were chatting with the management of Minda Corporation on their earnings and the projections going ahead. Let's again welcome on board Ajay Agrawal, President Finance and Strategy at Minda Corp, joining us. Ajay, to the point that you were making, where you said that you believe the second half to post an improved financials versus the first half. Help us understand what factors will be at play, as well as how big a push in terms of your margin profile can we expect?
Well, I think, overall the industry margin will not dramatically change, and equally it is true for Minda Corporation. But if you look at the, projects which have been undertaken over the last several months, whether it is investment in the existing business, whether our export focus, premiumization of our existing product profile, the investment which the company has been making over the last several years in R&D capabilities, and some of the new project launches, for example, in wiring harness business, for example, in our transmission business, in our sunroof as a new product which we are going to launch. So several of these factors will help us to improve the margin profile which the company, foresee.
So that's as far as margin profile is concerned. And Mr. Agrawal, good morning, Ashesha this side. And since you're talking about new ventures and the sunroof project that you're talking about, you also entered into several global partnerships in the quarter gone by. One is with a Japanese company for automotive switches. The other is for a Taiwanese company, and this is for sunroof systems. If you can take us through any other global partnership that is lined up over the next few months, and what kind of synergetic gains are you expecting from these partnerships that you're entering into?
Well, if you look at our Vision 2030, which we unveiled towards the end of September, we are focusing quite a lot in many of the JVs which we have recently signed, whether it is Sanco, whether it is Toyo Denso, and many other severals are in pipeline. We believe that those partnerships are very, very important for our industry and particularly for Minda Corporation. Technology is the need of the hour for our industry. And I think those partnerships will help us to achieve the targets which we have set for ourselves.
But Ajay,
In switches, sunroof, wiring harness, in cluster, TFT cluster business, all across the sector, we believe that these partnership is going to contribute a lot.
All right, good to know that. But Ajay, in terms of your new order wins, I believe as of now, the order book that's at around 20 billion rupees, wherein exports contributed almost 15%. Two-part question. Firstly, help us with the visibility of the growth in the order book, if you have any number in mind, and what sort of a export contribution are you penciling in the times ahead in terms of which markets are looking good, which are the new opportunities that you will be you are looking at?
Well, you're right that this quarter gone by, we have booked 2,000 crore as order book. For the first half of this fiscal year, we have clocked close to about 3,600 crore order book. Growth trajectory remains quite buoyant because of various policy initiatives which we have seen from the government. From an export perspective, as you rightly said, the overall export book in our business contributes close to about 8 to 10%. And again, going back about 2030 vision document, our focus is to increase that portfolio to about 15% of our total revenue share. And in terms of market, clearly, US continues to be a big market, and our focus is also there. However, because of the geopolitical tension, we have not been able to increase our share of business insofar as US is concerned. Though from a Minda Corporation perspective, it contributes only about 2% business coming from the US. We are extremely, bullish about Europe, LATAM, and APAC as a region for our export market.
Understood. So that's as far as your view on the export market is concerned. But Mr. Agrawal also wanted your thoughts on several factors which continue to aid growth for the company. One is premiumization, which is a favorable factor, and one is also disruptions such as EV penetration. If you can take us through how these factors will aid growth for the company going forward, and how do you view these factors for your company per se?
Well, I think, the premiumization is one of the strong pillar of our growth. Uh, and across the sectors, across the product portfolio we are in, for example, in vehicle access system, whether it is wiring harness, whether it is cluster, die casting, and EV power electronics. All across the product portfolio, we believe that premiumization is going to play a significant role. Now, coming to your question around product launches, yes, whether it is sunroof, whether it is power PLG, whether it is switches, whether it is EV products, everything is going to contribute significantly for our growth. Uh, your question around, what percentage of EV revenue contributes to our total portfolio? Currently, if I break this revenue into two baskets, one about Minda Corporation, we get close to about 8 to 10% of our revenue coming from EV portfolio. And our associate company, where we have made a significant investment during this January, this calendar year, their revenue comes about 20 to 23% from the EV component. We believe that, because of our extended focus in EV product portfolio and increasing the share of wallet in terms of EV product, we believe that this is going to grow significantly as compared to ICE business.
All right, that's interesting. But Ajay, also talk to us about your sunroof business as well, because I believe that you have secured your first order from a leading OEM with new plants commissioning that are planned for Q1 FY26. So for the full year of Q1 of FY27 is when your new plants will come on board. So for the full year for FY27, what's the visibility in terms of the revenue? And in the second half, what's the outlook on adding more client? Assuming that you are such a leader in so many other different segments for sunroof as well, bullish on adding more clients?
Yes, we are. And, you are absolutely right. We have just secured a significant business from a very large OEM. And our intention is to grow that business significantly. We were waiting for this order to come. And as we speak, we are in advanced discussion with several of OEMs for their new product launch, whether it is FY26, 27, as well as 28. We believe by the turn of 29 and 30, this business itself will contribute anywhere between 500 to 700 crore insofar as sunroof business is concerned, and putting the kind of investment we are making and the kind of discussion it's happening with the large OEMs.
All right, Ajay, with this, we'll let you go on that and look forward to so many newer developments as well as exciting factors for Minda Corporation in the times ahead. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, that was the management of Minda Corporation talking to us about the outlook when it comes to exports, the new product that are expected to help in the margins going ahead. And he also told that the second half revenue visibility looks better versus the first half. But with this, viewers, time now to slip into a very short break. As we come right back, we'll be taking all your stock-related queries, so stay tuned for that.